All right, so we're out here on the Fox River again. We got some fairly strong winds, as usual about for this time of year. Just past one of our fishing spots that I need to check out. I think it's been about 5 days since I've been out here. I'm just waiting for these water levels to subside a little bit so that I can get into my spots that I like to fish. We haven't really had much rain, but it rained again up north. There was a front that went through, but at a certain point that water just flows right down and it's gone. Depending on how the water is holding up north, if it's holding in the lakes and stuff, and it's not making its way into the river too much. But you want the high water, but some of the spots are just too difficult to fish when the water is really high. And I'm seeing a little island out here that I haven't seen, I don't think. To my left here, there's a big, wide part of the river. And you can kind of judge from how things are sticking out of the water and that, what kind of levels we got. And it could have receded a little. I don't know if the river ever actually crested the last time I was here, if it was still going up or if it was just kind of stable. So well, we'll be finding out pretty quick once we get to our first spot. Okay, so we got our spot here. Surprisingly, water has calmed down a lot and come down quite a bit. So we'll have to see if the fish have adjusted to that, or if they backed off because of the water level coming down. But if there's minnows up here, there's no reason why there shouldn't be fish up here going after them. It's right about a good time slot right now for fishing this. I just wish I could see better into this corner, but I've got a ton of glare in the water here. So I'm having a hard time with being able to tell if my jig is staying underwater here, because I don't want it skimming the surface. Though they will hit that when they're aggressive. But better chance you can keep that thing down to where they can just inhale it. They'll come up and smack it and go airborne if they're really after it. They're really aggressive. Just looking kind of quiet here right now. Okay, so I decided to give this This spot, another shot. A spot I've really been fishing lately. Along the edge here where the stream comes out and hits this water coming down the floodgate here. Well, hopefully I won't hook into a big carp like I did last time, but if you can kind of just let it ride along that edge there, you can get a really good action off the edge of that water there, bounce a jig around in there. If something happens to be hiding out over here. I just got snagged. I just saw a fish come up there. When I got snagged, I saw a fish come up. It looked like a bass. It looked like a smallie. Just came out. It's right here. It's right in front of me. Now it's going back out. I think it's a smallie. It's not. That's not going to hit though. When you see a fish like that swimming around by the shoreline, it's not gonna bite. There's a lot of weed cover down there. At least I saw a fish. So if I can find something that's not just hanging around by the shoreline here, that was probably caught, and that's why it's hanging around. The water's pretty shallow right there. If I can get it to ride where that stream hits the river, it's a good area to fish. Alright, here we are at my favorite spot. Water's come down a bit over here. Really needs to come down a little bit more, but I'm here, so I'm going in. We're going to be fishing from, well, we'll have to see where I can stand, but I want to fish in that little triangle hole there where that branch is sticking in there, and then, you know, out in the white water and the edge here. We'll have to see how it goes and how deep, how wet I want to get. Surprised I haven't gotten anything here yet. Trying to keep it drifting up in this hard water here. Got one. Little fish. Little bass. Alright, so at least this guy's up here. Little guy. So I think I'll leave this jig on here. He didn't really seem to snack it all that hard. Okay, now I'm recording. I'm trying to get up into this corner here to see if there's some footing, because I like fishing from top to bottom when I fish here. I just don't know if I'm going to be able to walk up onto these steps here safely. I'm going to have to try and find some good footing here so I can walk up here. It's too bad this branch is stuck in here because that's a nice little hideout for the fish right there. Let's see if I can. Still, there's a lot of water in there though. It's really risky though, getting snagged on that branch. But you can bet that there are fish hiding in this little hole here. It's just can't really fish it with that branch in there. You're gonna have to kind of fish around the area. This is my favorite vantage point though, fishing this spot. So you can hit a lot of different spots from up here. Something, I just like kind of bumped into something. Something bumped into me right there. Feels like it's got a little weight to it. Smacked it pretty good. Tell me that's not a sheephead. Oh, that's a sheephead. Big old sheephead. Not what I'm looking for at all. Pretty nice size one. Hope you guys can hear it. They vibrate. Smack that jig pretty good. So where did I get my guy go? That's generally what's further out though, in my opinion. What you're going to get further out in the middle. The fish I'm looking for are bass and walleye and stuff. I generally do well on the edges, closer to the shoreline. But who knows? still at it here. I got a big rock down by my feet. I'm trying not to trip over to get into my spot here. So now I got the sun kind of blocking me here. Got a lot of glare here. And I got this snag right out in front of me I gotta watch out for. I already lost 2 or 3 jigs to it. Gonna try and keep it out a little further. Managed to find another 8th jig. There we go. Seemed to do the trick. Oh, that's a jumper. I like to see that. That's a little, it's a little jumper, but he really likes this jig. He's really, that's a nice little comeback there from all them problems I just had. Just got that thing in the bottom of his mouth. I have to hold him a little weird right now. There he is. Just a little guy. He really smacked that thing. He went airborne with it. That's what you like to see out here. Except a little bigger, that's all. Man, this jig is just getting pushed so fast by that wind. We just had something else smack it down there. That seems to be where the little fish are, though, is at the bottom, at the very bottom of the rapids here. Unless they're really stacked, then they could be just about anywhere, but that's where they tend to hide out at. So we'll see. Try to get up higher here. It really would be good to be up on the steps there, so that wind doesn't cause me as much trouble. It's really pushing me now. Now I can't really keep this jig where I want it. There we go. The wind seemed to stop for a second, so we can flow through here. Alright, let's get that last fish and get out of here. I really want to get that last fish, but I think we may have gotten it a long time ago. We got a sheephead, and I think we got 3 smallies. Sheephead being the fish of the day. Man, the wind took that one. Alright, so we got a bass without the camera on. I was casting it out, I was just running it straight across the top. It's kind of like that. But, you know, you don't know. It just could have been a fish that just happened to come up at that time. This guy's snagged up. Already running this other battery down. Looks like he might be in that snag. It looks like he threw it where I caught that fish. It happens a lot when someone sees you catch a fish. They immediately will throw it in that area. But, you know, that's really a shot in the dark. Got one sheephead out there, little one, smaller than the one I caught. Last cast. Yeah, coming over here.